What's up, ladies and gentlemen, my name is PT Philip. My goal is to help you enhance your performance. And as you might know, if you follow my channel, my area of expertise is movement. I am a personal trainer and a physical therapist, and I heal people through movement. I help people reach their sports, fitness and health goals through movement specifically. But I do understand that nutrition plays one of the key roles into achieving those goals. And I don't like to talk a lot about nutrition because honestly, I'm not certified to be a nutritionist. And not only that, but I see a lot of people giving nutrition advice that are complete BS and that are not useful or practical at all. And that's why I don't like to mix myself with those people. So my main focus always is to teach you about movement and the benefits of movement and the importance of moving well, with proper form, with proper technique. But today I'm going to do a little bit different style video. Today I'm going to talk about eating habits that if you put to use, if you put to practice, you can have flat stomach, you can have six-pack abs for life if you follow these nutrition tips. So with that said, let's dive in. One thing before we start, are these tips the best one in the world? Probably no. Are these tips gonna change your life? Well, if you put them to use, they might change your life, definitely. Are they the best tips? Are they the only tips? As I said, no, there are many nutrition tips. These are just some that I feel like are most important ones. With that said, now let's start with the first one. The first one is probably the most important one in my opinion. If you want to lead a healthy lifestyle, if you want to achieve a goal of having flat stomach and a six-pack abs, you always need to eat healthy. Simple as that. So, when it comes to nutrition, it's a lifestyle habit. It's not a 12-week diet. It's not a 30-day challenge. That's why I hate those. When it comes to proper nutrition, you should always eat healthy. You should always eat the same food, all right? But according to your goal, or if you want to lose weight or gain muscle mass, or if you want to maintain your current weight, according to your goal, you should eat different amounts of that same food. So your grocery list can be a lot of stuff, a lot of things, a lot of groceries, but they all need to be healthy. And depending on your goal, you're gonna eat different amounts of that same food. Tip number 2, water before every meal. I mentioned many times that water is what we are made out of. And there's a lot of people that discredit water, saying that water is not necessary. And I think that the case with them is that they never felt the benefits of being properly hydrated, and basically they are always in a little dehydration mode, and that's why they never feel fully energized. And in my opinion, water plays a huge role into helping our bodies feel more energized. But not only that, but when you eat, if you drink water while eating, you're basically expanding your stomach, so you're putting more stuff into it. But if you drink water before your meal, you are already stuffing your stomach with something, and that something will, in the long term, stop you from overeating, and it will definitely save you some calories. If you save some calories, you can definitely have a room to play with them. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be smart about your calories. I want you to develop a good eating strategy that's not only gonna last a certain period of time, but that's gonna last for a lifetime. Third tip, stop cooking with oil. Please, stop cooking with oil. You don't need oil. Any sorts of oil, you don't need it. People, it's 21st century, we have invented a great thing, great invention. It's called a non-stick pan. Whatever you put on it, it won't stick. So you don't need to put any oil to use for cooking. Please. Oil doesn't bring anything to the table. I understand that fat, macronutrient, brings flavor. And that's all good. But if you want flavor, you need to save up and you need to recalculate those calories. But let me ask you one question. Are you eating to live or are you living to eat? Fourth thing, and I hate when I see people doing this. I hate people that don't chew their food and that swallow their food and that eat fast. Please understand, we live in a world where everything is at the hand's reach. So getting food is easy, but 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, getting food was not that easy, all right? It was hard, and please pay your respect to the history by chewing food, all right? Not only that, but you're gonna send signals to your brain that your mouth is working and your stomach will feel fuller faster than if you just swallow the food. Not only that, but also chewing your food will help you better digest that food that you ate. Tip number 5, this is something that people always call me out on, but it's just the way I'm is. Always choose healthier option. So if you have the option of regular bread and whole wheat bread, pick a whole wheat bread. If you have the option to eat something that is 0 calories or something that is low in calorie, pick a 0 calorie option. Those little things add up, all right? I'm not saying you need to become a hippie and only eat healthy and always measure, always. No, but what you need to do is when you make those little good and decisions that are made with logic and common sense, in the long term, in the long run, those little decisions add up and definitely they can get you closer to your goal. Sugar. Sugar is not bad, all right? Sugar has its place in everyone's nutrition, especially in the nutrition of an athlete. To speed up your recovery, you need to have sugar after your training session. You need to have carbs and protein in the ratio of 3:1. But when it comes to candy, when it comes to sweets, I don't want you to consume that. The alternative to candy and sweets is nature's candy and sweets, and we all know what that is. It's called fruit. When you eat a lot of sweets, your palate, it loses that sensitivity, and something that was sweet once becomes less sweet. And in the long term, if you continue eating sweets, you're not only flirting with diabetes, but your palate is weakening and you don't feel that sweet taste anymore. So the alternative to that is to eat fruit. And any fruit is better than candy. So please, eat fruit. Tip number 7, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook simple dishes. Don't be the guy or the girl that doesn't know how to prepare eggs, that doesn't know how to prepare meat and potatoes, that doesn't know how to make basic dishes. All right, if you're an adult, if you're a teenager, you should learn how to cook. Back in the days, my parents, they had culinary as a subject in their high school. I don't know why we don't have that anymore, but always eating out is not a smart option if you want to eat healthy. So you need to learn how to prepare food by yourself, and as I told you, keep it as simple as possible and you will never go wrong. The 8th thing, sugar again, but this time in liquid form. Don't drink sugar. Tip number 9, and we are almost at the end, is to have at least 3 different colors on your plate. Now, we are not decorating the plate like we are in MasterChef, but if you have at least 3 different colors on your plate, that means that you have all the macro and micronutrients on that plate, and that plate will definitely satisfy your nutrient needs. The next thing I can tell you, and this one really played a major role when it came to my strategy, and that nutrition tip is to think about calories weekly and not daily. The cumulative effect is what counts. If you eat healthy for 1 day a week and the rest 6 days a week you eat like garbage, will that make any difference? It won't. The same thing goes if you reverse that. If you eat healthy for 6 days a week and 1 day a week you don't eat as healthy, that won't make such a difference because we are looking at the cumulative effect. Same with counting calories. If you are counting your calories, I want you to count your calories weekly, not daily. That's what will make the difference in the long run. The last one before the last one is to prep. And prep for the week ahead. All right, the best way to prep is to cook your protein. So if you have a bunch of meat, take the Sundays for cooking and prepare all the protein, all the food that takes longer time to cook, and then when the week starts, you won't have an excuse to screw your nutrition. You will have those who fail to plan, they plan to fail. And the last tip I can give you is to track your calories at least for a certain period of time. I did a 12-week transformation, and every time, this is the third time if I'm not mistaken, that I did a 12-week transformation where I just lowered my calories, where I wanted to lean down as much as possible, as much as it was healthy for my own body. And the thing that I learned is if you track your food, you will learn so much about yourself, about how food affects you, about your digestion, about how your body reacts to certain different types of food. So please track your food for at least a certain period of time. You will learn so much useful information and practical information that will definitely help you have a flat stomach for life. And that's it. Those were my 12 tips on healthy eating. As I said, these are not the only tips that I can give you, but I don't like to talk a lot about nutrition because I know how nutrition works. I know what is the point of nutrition, and I understand its place in the fitness, sports, and rehab world. And I'm not the guy that's gonna pretend that he's an expert in something that he isn't, so I'm being blatantly honest with you. I am 100% honest with you. These are some of the tips that I learned from my own experience and from my clients' experience that work really well. With that said, hopefully guys you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I left you better than I found you. Please give it a like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you at the next video. Take care. Bye bye.